Hind the chief going to scout the land out. Jamaica. Jamaica, a Caribbean island nation, has a lush topography of mountains, rainforests, and reef-lined beaches. Many of its all-inclusive resorts are clustered in Montego Bay, with its British colonial architecture, and Negro, known for its diving and snorkeling sites. Jamaica is famed for its birthplace of reggae music, and its capital, Kingston, is home to Bob Marley Museum dedicated to his famous works. Maroons. The Maroons were escaped slaves. They ran away from their Spanish-owned plantations when the British took the Caribbean island of Jamaica from the Spain in 1655. The word maroon comes from the Spanish word cimarrones, which meant mountaineers. Now peep this, y'all. Peep this. Afro-Jamaicans. Jump to notable black Jamaicans, related ethnic groups: Afro-Caribbean, West Central Africans, African Americans, Black British, Black Canadians. Afro-Jamaicans or Black Jamaicans are Jamaicans of Black African descent. They presently represent the largest ethnic group in the country, comprising over 90% of the island's population. Watch the hijack and the switch, y'all. That's how they did this in America. You know Jamaica's part of the islands. But watch this. They said Afro-Jamaicans or Black Jamaicans are Jamaicans of Black African descent. Okay, watch this. Are Jamaicans from Nigeria? Nigeria, Jamaica witnessed an influx of slaves from Nigeria between 1790 and 1809, as Jamaica and Virginia were the major disembarkation points after crossing the Atlantic. Even the term Red Igbo refers to light-skinned Jamaicans of Igbo descent. Afro-Jamaicans or Black Jamaicans are Jamaicans of Black African descent. They presently represent the largest ethnic group in Jamaica, comprising over 90% of the island's population. In addition, there are people of Afro-Jamaican descent living in other parts of the world, such as the United States, United Kingdom. But watch this. Origin. Africans were captured in wars as retribution for crimes committed by abduction and marched to the coast of Kafus with their necks yoked to each other. The most common means of enslaving an African was through abduction. They were placed in trading posts or forts to await the 6 to 12-week Middle Passage voyage between Africa and Americas. Why only Africa and Americas? During which they were chained together, underfurred, kept in the ship's hold by the thousands. Those who survived were fattened up and oiled to look healthy prior to being auctioned in the public squares to the highest bidders. Okay, they say Igbo and African, right, came to Jamaica and started these people. But hold up, I got the motherfucking combo breaker right here. Their presence was a large part in forming Jamaican culture. Igbo culture influence remains in language, dance, music, folklore, cuisine, religion, and mannerisms. In Jamaica, the Igbo were often referred to as Igbo or Igbo. There are a substantial number of Igbo language loanwords in Jamaican patois. However, the majority of African loanwords in Jamaican patois are from the Akan language of modern-day Ghana. Igbo people mostly populated in northwestern section of the island. History. People in history. Arawaks from South America had settled in Jamaica prior to Christopher Columbus' first arrival at the island in 1494. Arawaks from South America first arrived on the island in 1494 during Spain's occupation of the island starting in 1510. The Arawaks were exterminated by disease, slavery, and war. Spain brought the first African slaves to Jamaica. Don't that sound like our story, family? They're trying to call us African Americans because some of us look like y'all, but really, we went over there before y'all even came on the slave trade, before the 1400s, 1300s, we been building. But hold up, let me show you what Arawaks look like. The original inhabitants of Jamaica are believed to be the Arawaks, also called Taínos. They came from South America 2,500 years ago and named the island Xaymaca, which means land of wood and water. The Arawaks were a mild and simple people by nature. Xaymaca. What happened to the Arawaks in Jamaica? There were no Arawaks left on the island by 1665, but there were enslaved Africans replacing them. In 1645, the British captured Jamaica from the Spaniards, whose former slaves refused to surrender, took to the mountains, and repelled all attempts to subjugate them. But hold up, how they just kill everybody off like that, huh? So that mean the people in Jamaica ain't the real one. The Africans, y'all the replacements of this. Get your history right. How ain't you gotta teach all your own shit? Arawak. 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 Again. Arawak's family. It's the Arawak crest, beginning and today. You know, the past and the present. The top is the original, the bottom is the hijack. Seti, I ain't forget about you. Yeah, I'm over there sailing your way right now. Get your shit right. Bow down. Apologize. I got something for YouTube too. I'm gonna shut everything down and then bow on out. Let y'all have it. Hyena Chief. Vulture Eye Hyena Chief. The human motherfucking totem pole. Spitting splints off the totem. I'm out.